You were fine. Nothing happened. And then a song came on, or a commercial, or someone said something kind at an unexpected moment. Or it was just a quiet Tuesday afternoon, and nothing in particular was wrong. And you started crying. Not a little, really crying. The kind that catches you off guard and takes a moment to stop. And you have no idea why. You've probably called yourself too sensitive, too emotional, someone who can't keep it together over nothing. You've been embarrassed about it, crying at a film everyone else seemed fine watching, tearing up at a news story you didn't even care that much about, getting emotional at a wedding for people you barely know. You've told yourself to get it together, and then it happened again. Here's what nobody told you. You weren't crying at nothing. You were crying at everything. Everything that had been building up, quietly, without you noticing, waiting for the right moment to be released. The song didn't make you cry. It just opened the valve. And what came out had been waiting there for days. Most people believe crying is a response to a specific emotion. Something sad happens, you feel sad, you cry. Something overwhelmingly beautiful happens, you feel moved, you cry. The emotion and the crying are directly connected. One causes the other, in real time, as a proportionate response to whatever just happened. This is why random crying feels so confusing, because nothing happened. Or what happened was so small. A snippet of a song, a kind gesture from a stranger, a moment of unexpected quiet, that the size of the response makes no sense. You cried more at that dog food commercial than you did at your own difficult week. And so you conclude, something is wrong with me. But the commercial wasn't the cause. The commercial was just the last straw. Your body had been carrying something. Chemical buildup, a pressure, a load of unprocessed stress and emotion for days or weeks. And that commercial, that song, that quiet Tuesday, they provided just enough of a trigger to open the release valve. The tears had nothing to do with dogs or music or Tuesdays. They had everything to do with what your nervous system had been holding. To understand what's happening, we need to start with one chemical. It's called prolactin. Think of prolactin as your body's emotional pressure gauge. It builds up slowly, quietly, invisibly through every stressful day you managed, every hard moment you held together, every feeling you didn't quite have the time to process. And it has one release mechanism: crying. Emotional tears literally contain prolactin. When you cry, your body is expelling the buildup, releasing the pressure that has been accumulating, sometimes for days. This is why you feel lighter after crying, calmer, like something released. That's not a coincidence. That's the pressure leaving. But that doesn't explain why it happens when it does. Why the song? Why the commercial? Why the completely random Tuesday afternoon? And that's where the second piece comes in. Your body runs in two modes. The first is stress mode: alert, managing, handling everything that needs handling. The mode you spend most of your day in when life is demanding. The second is recovery mode: calm, open, safe. The mode where your body can finally process what happened and release what it's been holding. Here's the thing. Your body can't switch into recovery mode on its own. It needs a signal, a moment that feels safe enough, calm enough, a moment that tells your system the pressure doesn't need to be held anymore. That song, that commercial, that kind stranger, that was the signal. Your body had been in stress mode for days, managing, holding, waiting. And then something came along that felt safe enough to let go. The trigger didn't cause the cry. It gave your body permission. And the third piece explains why certain triggers work and others don't. Your brain is wired to feel what other people feel, just by watching them. When a film character experiences something, when a song puts words to something you've been carrying, when you witness a moment of real human connection, your brain feels an echo of it. And that echo acts like a key. Your prolactin buildup is the lock. When the right key comes, the right song, the right scene, the right moment, it connects with everything your nervous system has been holding. The lock opens. Not because the trigger was big, because the buildup was. So here's what this means in practice. When you feel the cry coming, when that familiar pressure builds behind your eyes at a completely unexpected moment, your instinct is probably to stop it. Blink it back. Take a controlled breath. Change the subject internally. Hold it together. Don't. Here is what happens when you fight a cry. Your body stays in stress mode. The prolactin doesn't release. The pressure stays. And you don't feel better. You feel more tense, slightly fragile, and aware that something is sitting just beneath the surface, waiting to come out at the next available moment. What happens when you let it happen? Within minutes, your breathing deepens automatically. Your heart rate slows. Your body shifts into recovery mode. The prolactin begins to release. And afterward, sometimes within 5 minutes, you feel measurably calmer than before you started crying. Not because your problems are solved, not because anything has changed, because your body completed a process it needed to complete. The tip is this. When the cry comes, when you feel it building at a song or a commercial or a quiet afternoon, take one slow exhale and let it happen. Not as weakness, not as losing control, as maintenance. Your body is doing something it was built to do, something that releases what's been building, something that switches your system from stress mode to recovery. The faster you let it happen, the faster it's done, and the lighter you feel on the other side. Let's come back to the beginning. You were fine. Nothing happened. And then a song came on. Now you know what was actually happening. Prolactin had been accumulating, quietly, without your awareness, through every stressful day you managed, every difficult moment you held together, every feeling you didn't quite have the time or space to process. Your body had been in stress mode, waiting for a safe signal to release. And something emotionally resonant, something that felt like a key, provided that signal. You weren't falling apart. You were releasing pressure that had been building for days. Your body wasn't malfunctioning. It was doing exactly what it was designed to do, finding the first available moment of safety and using it to let go of what it had been carrying. The people who never seem to cry, who pride themselves on keeping it together, they don't have less emotion. They have more pressure, building quietly, waiting for a valve that never quite opens. You don't cry too easily. You feel too much to hold it all. And every now and then, a song finds the exact place where you've been carrying it, and you let go. That's Built Human, a new behavior decoded every week. See you next time.